Yeah. Okay. Okay. So in terms of, if you need to understand what exactly is the intermediate layer. Okay. So I have an outside environment. From that outside environment, I just want to connect to my, let's take an example of what you're going to do. When you hear about server, how exactly is being set, I do have an intermediate layer. Okay. And that intermediate layer is known as a thrift server for me. Okay. And that intermediate guy is really a connector between, or a peacemaker between outside world and the Hadoop environment. Okay. Just to make you guys visualize it, let's try to other MS. Is it? Yeah, PowerPoint. Let's take PowerPoint. PowerPoint 2016 or 15. Yeah. So when we speak about Thrift server, how you should be visualizing it is what I just want to tell you. So where is our good old friend? Okay, there you go. Keep style. I have downgraded from 2016 to 2000. Okay, there's no much of a change. Okay. Okay, so this is our Hadoop environment. Okay, and this is our, where is our client home? Okay, so we were trying to do this and this or something like that. That's how we made a computer. This guy and another, where is it getting vanished? Okay, it's insert only. All right, I missed it. Sorry. Okay, let's make this as our the client environment, or assume this is our client as a computer, and then we have another environment which needs to look like maybe a layer in between, something like this. So this is going to be our thrift server in that case. If you want to visualize it, this is how you need to visualize it. Let's make it as, yeah. So this is nothing but our thrift server, RIFT, and this is our client or an outside environment. Any outside environment, and this is going to be our Hadoop environment. So this guy to interact with any outside. So in reality, what we're going to see over here is an outside Java program using our Java normal program. What we are going to do is we are going to, using thrift server, okay, we are going to connect to the Hadoop environment, and then we are going to create a table inside the Hive. That's exactly what we're going to do. Okay, that's something which we are going to see today. And exactly similar format you will be seeing even for the Hive. Okay, and this document is there in the code section of your dashboard for session. Okay, so I would recommend you guys to replicate yourself, but see one today. This is pretty much, and this is done using Python code, by the way. And there's no much of an activity being done over here. You'll have to just install it itself is going to take maybe another 15-20 minutes at times. That's for time. So this all stuff to be installed, and this step-by-step each install, and then follow this commands. But what we are going to see is how exactly it's been done through the using Thrift server, how exactly I made my connectivity to the Hive table, and then how did I create a table using my Java program. Okay, that's something which has been done. Okay, so let's move on to our CAD-GIL VM. Yeah, so Thrift server is, so basically that's what we are looking over here, right? So this is the intermediate level. So whenever I want to communicate from the outside world, so then coming to the Hive environment and then creating, right? So one case is I'm logging into the Hive environment and then doing it. So in some of the scenarios, you do not have access to directly log into a remote server or anything of that sort. See, think of an example like it's a complete secure environment. To be frank, none of my project or none of this thing I have ever used server. Okay, so in real scenario, why is being used? I am actually trying to be very frank with you. I'm trying to cook up a story. I mean, I think this could be the scenario, but in my personal experience, because maybe I would not have done any of those federal or maybe an FBI kind of for projects, or maybe Indian that secret which needs more secure kind of a thing, is what my assumption is. Okay, I'm not sure why exactly the reason, because every other scenarios what we'll try to do is we do have an edge node, okay, which connects to every other nodes in the Hadoop system. I do have an edge node, and then I log in onto that edge node, and then I have my connectivity established. In this scenario, what we're talking about is I cannot directly log into any of this stuff. Okay, then I'll get a kind of a connectivity established over here. Okay, not a direct logging into anywhere over here. That's what you're going to see in our Java program. So there is a connection being established from here to this Thrift server, and from here we are accessing this environment. So any Java program, C program, C++, any of this environment can directly interact with this environment, create table, delete table, insert, load, anything that is we do in the normal day-to-day Hive operations or any of those Hadoop operations can be performed using the Java program. So once you see over here, you may be able to understand or appreciate what. Okay. Let me just have a look at this environment. I can't see any. What is happening here? My screen is stuck, or what is happening? I'll just show you. Okay. Okay. Let's. Let's take some example over here. Okay, so there are certain components that we have when I create a build path. There's some component which I have added in the build path that we need to know. One I have just downloaded from Google. Some is. So what exactly is that? I do not have the complete picture of what exactly is that. So remaining all the components I have, except for one single guy, which is there in my. Okay, let me show you that, because when you have to do, you also have to do that. This is SLF4J. Okay, so what I did is I just went to. Yeah, this is exactly the place where I picked up SLS4J jar. Okay, Google. And SLF4j jar. SLF4j and new latest version, which is 16, yeah, 1.6.1 jar I downloaded. Okay, this particular jar has been downloaded, which is required for our Thrift server purpose. Okay, so which component out of it is being used? To be frank, I really don't know. Prerequisite, then remaining I mean, the whatever we have, every hive needs to be connected, which you can see over here. So when you guys try doing this stuff, is that's the main reason I'm explaining this, so that, yeah, this is Thrift server. Okay, so that when you try replicating exactly the same exercise, you make sure that you're doing it. And I think the program had some issue. I had to firefight when I took the tech help and did it. So I'll just tell you that there might be a program change required for the existing one. The previous one is not. So if that is the one updated, I'll get the latest code updated in the code itself. So how exactly what is happening? System is completely stuck. Okay, so we know that this is the jar file that uses. I think 2 minutes are being opened. One reason is becoming very slow. Let me close this guy too. Okay. So if I've been scrolling down. Let's close this. Okay, this will be the reason. Yeah. So basically, the remaining all the Hive server I need, the entire Hive path I need. So it's present in the user local Hive. Okay, if I go to user local Hive, let me show you guys so that you can do that. So user local. So the moment I come into local, I need to go to Hive, pick up the entire libraries from the lib. Okay, every library, because some of the other components will be associated with it. So I'll be taking up the entire stuff and remove this Py and PHP. So just Control A, and then remove the control key, and these two guys have been removed. The remaining every files have been picked up for running that. Okay, are we all in sync? Let me see any comments. Anything that's been coming. So it's a web service. I can't say it's a web service call basically. So it's just like a connectivity that is establishing from one end. So in case if you have using a Java application, right? So you use a JDBC connectivity established, or if it's an open source environment, basically to connect to the external, the database environment, right? So similar kind of connectivity. How exactly the connectivity is pretty straightforward. You can see this. How exactly the connectivity has been established. See the JD. Oh, come on, come down. Yeah. So this is how the JDBC connectivity is what we are establishing to the Hive environment. Okay, and this is happening from the outside Hive environment. So this has been facilitated by the intermediator, THRIFT. Okay, that's how THRIFT comes in place, and then help us to get those connectivity established. Okay, program-wise, it's pretty straightforward and simple. So the thing is, this is not a language dependent. I mean, when THRIFT say you can connect to your Hive using any languages, C, C++, Java, Python, .NET, anything. In between, there are n number of. I think Cappuccino. I haven't heard of it. I mean, I was just referring through what are the application program that you can have the connectivity established. So there are n number of programs, okay, that you need to give a connection to Thrift, the way we see over here, and then that established connectivity to our Hadoop environment. Okay, so let's see how exactly okay. So first and the foremost thing, I'll be sharing you this. It is there in the folder, our folder. So, but what I feel is it may not be the worker, because even I struggle to execute this stuff. There was some error, something of that sort was happening, and that's the reason it was not getting executed. Okay, so that way, so the latest one will be. I'll be updating the latest one, and you can pick that up and then execute and see it. Okay, and this is how exactly the connectivity is being formed. Okay, static void name, it's setting class for the driver name, and this is the starts. It just makes a connectivity established over here. Okay, and what the key thing what you need to remember over here is whatever is the session name you're giving. So in case if you have the username, whatever you're giving should be given over here. Okay, so it's an acadgil username, and then it's connection dot create statement, right? So in the create, trying to do is we are just trying to create a test Hive driver table. My table which I'm going to create from this Java program, I'm going to create an establish a connectivity with the Hive environment, which is internally a Hadoop environment, and then I'm going to create a table. Okay, I'm going to create a table, and then I'm going to see that. So I think since my previous run, it's just doing a show table command and execute query, rest and next. That's all I'm doing. Okay, and what we need to do is error text, no file matching, semantic line invalid path. Why is that coming now? Permission denied. I'm just going to do it and stop this execution. Okay, hi server 2. I just want to see what is happening. Why these errors are coming? I'm not sure. Okay, that execution error is being sorted out. But there was some word user and post which we have initiated it, and then things went fine. Okay, so what executed, so slide changes because you're using Hive 2. So yeah, that's where it is, Hive 2. Similar ways we need to execute. So once my program is ready, so anyway, you will be giving this program. So pretty straightforward. There's nothing much. So only thing what you need to understand is connectivity has been established. After that, you're just directly writing in that create with the create statement. Okay. You're just trying to create using those commands. So whatever command, the Hive command which you want to run, you're going to give inside that execute method. Right over here, statement.execute. So is the command. So line by line, whatever executed, that's exactly what will be given. And should string really to, okay, it's just storing it. Right, so println show statement. Okay, that's done over here. Print line SQL, yeah. We're just trying to create a table and then just show it. So just wanted to show or prove a point that the connectivity is being established, a Hive table is getting created. So this is what the program that you're writing in your script. And then what you do is this, you are not creating a jar file. Try to understand that. So, okay, that might give a little bit of clarity on what's happening. So previously what we used to do, we take this file, jar out of it, and the jar is used to get an execution Hadoop environment, right? That's exactly what we used to do. Correct, everyone? You remember Hadoop jar command, and then we used to give a location which is there inside the Hadoop environment, and that is how we interact with it. So now sitting in a local environment, so now I'm in the Hive, now I'm sitting in the Unix environment, right? So exactly in that environment, I'm trying to get a connectivity established inside my Hadoop environment and run this command. So before running that, what I need to do is I need to start this server, which is Hive server 2. Okay. Everything. Don't worry, we are going to repeat what exactly is the step that has been done once again. Everyone is seeing how exactly you can execute this. But yeah, I mean, I think let me try collecting. I asked many of my peer counterparts who was there in this environment. I really don't see any of them the Thrift server. So I'm not sure when in the production when exactly for a Thrift server. But I'll try to reach out a couple of more guys to find out in real time where do we use it. Where is the application? Is it a security factor which makes it, or without logging to that environment if I want to create? Not sure why someone want to do it. So definitely there might be a real business case for this requirement. Otherwise they would not have invented such one, because this using this Thrift server, you have even the HBASE, we've shown that document, HBASE being, now you have any program, C, C++, Java, everything. So everything can be established. Okay, I think it's up and running now. So once it's up, so what I'm going to do is let's open the Hive environment directly. Let me. So if I do a show tables, I mean, this is the one which is being created using the this program. Drop table, test Hive driver table. I think this is correct. Okay, show tables. Yeah, okay, that's moved anyways. So what you're trying to do over here is let me see anyone. Yeah. So right click over here. I first created and everything is being set. Control as saved. So I see that there's no issue with this command, and then I'm going to run this. What can I clear this? Control L. Okay, let's try executing this. I'm just going to run this exactly the way you run your Java program, right? When you write a print environment. If I do this execution, yeah, I mean, now I might be comfortably doing it DB, guys. It took me more than 2 to 3 hours getting it set. It was the connection was not getting established, and the one reason was some of the places where we used Hive to Hive, but actually it's a Hive to server. This is where we had to change. I took a lot of time making this run. I mean, it's not me. It's basically the technical team who supported me that executed. So yeah, if you see that, that's exactly how the tables are being created. So no event could be found in this are all warning, which is fine. Run tables. So yeah, this is exactly what it is. Table name. Table name is shown. Test type driver. So once the table is being created, running int and value. So this is exactly how the table is being created. So I think they have even created a struct command over here, right? System out. If first equals system out on risk is okay, else describe table. Yeah. Okay, so just want to know, I mean, is everyone fine with the step that you need to follow? So as far as our practical sessions are concerned, just make sure you copy pasted it so that at least you know where it is, how exactly that needs to be executed. But in practical, where exactly its application comes in place, I'll try to get some information in case possible. To be frank, I really would not be able to promise it because there are a number of guys whom I contacted just to, I mean, when I was in my previous this thing, so I couldn't get anywhere. Why don't we do, yeah, that's what. Let's try where exactly, anyway, Google is there for, where is Thrift server used in real production? I don't know what is the keyword you need to.
Hi, Sajid. This is Manoj. Yeah.
Yeah, Manoj, yeah.
Yes, by looking on the Java program,
Uh-huh.
uh, I assume that this is like we normally use the program like if we write the program in ASP.NET and we want to connect SQL Server from there. So
Exactly.
in that, it's the same condition is I think program is written here.
Yeah, that's exactly how the program is written over here.
So that
Yeah,
means if you want to connect from the outside of the Hadoop environment,
correct.
then we should use this.
That's correct.
So
That's correct. And that's how. Yeah, yeah. So the question what we're asking is, yeah. So that's how we start the session, right? So
right.
I'm not sure whether you. So this is exactly what we said. So entire different my client. How exactly I want to connect it? I mean, this is where the thrift server is going to help me. So that's how we started it. But the question what Saga was coming up with is in real time production environment. Where exactly? I mean, is there any typical use case scenario where I go for it? I mean, so that I don't want to really see in real production environment, how it works is, where is my guy? So in the real production environment, I don't have this drift, right? So instead what I have is I have an edge node over here. I call it as an edge node. So instead of that drift, I have an edge node and I log into that edge node. This edge will contain all the big, high, entire installation, whatnot. Okay, all these things this guy will have it. This particular edge node, and then from their edge node, every cluster is being connected, or every the established connectivity. So here in this scenario, I'm going to replace. I mean, I don't have this edge node, and then I bring in a thrift guy over here. So advantage over here, if I use a Java program, if I use a Python, C++, Java, and something new I found is Cappuccino and all those things. So every of this can directly connect based on the programming language they're going to directly connect to it, and this will establish a connectivity to any environment that they require. So if I change my code, if I change this code to a Python code, so Python code is exactly what you're going to see in the HBASE scenario. This is the Python code. Okay, I mean, I was taking this in my previous session. So if you take this and try to execute it, it's going to create exactly the same Hive environment for you using HBASE. Sorry, going to get a connectivity done, or the table creation, everything is done through Python, an HBASE table will be getting created. So that's exactly what is the exercise that you need to do. Okay, independent of any environment, that's exactly what we're doing. So the thing that you need to remember, okay, so if you're trying to replicate this exact same scenario, there are certain things that you need to remember. First and the foremost, I'm not sure whether there is this. Okay, I don't see any step mentioned. Maybe a text file or something I'll create, and then either mail it to all you guys, which we can create straight away. So the first file which I have downloaded is, which is by default not available, SLF4J jar. Okay, so let me just start doing that. We have time for that. So download SLF4J, right? SLF4J jar. I think it should be 1.6.2, because the previous version, I think there is some non-compatibility issue with that. 1.6.1. Okay, 1.6.1. 1.6.1.jar. Okay, download this guy. So let's see. I mean, I don't want to call it as first step. Let's see which step that needs to come in. So this needs to be done. First step. Are we calling it as first step? After that, I'm going to copy my program. That program will be made available to you. Copy the program in Eclipse. Copy the program in Eclipse. After this, once copying is done, then now I need to do a build path, right? So I'm explaining, I mean, just like very, very basic stuff. Add jar. We put in bracket, build path. Okay, when you build path, all Hive jars needs to be included. Okay, and 2 jars from even MapReduce and common. So that, let me show even that. So right click, build path, configure build path. So these are all from Hive, which we already said, entire from Hive. And I have one from common. Okay, everything from Hive. One from common, we are picking it up, right? Common jar. So normally the one which we normally, the jar file which we pick up for running our MapReduce program. So that's the one, user local. So this should be Hadoop common 2.0 jar and Hadoop MapReduce client core 2.6 jar. That's the 2 files. Okay, common and MapReduce. Let me mention that common and MapReduce. Common jar and MapReduce jar. Okay, jar adding is done. Once I do that, and also the SF4J, this jar uh, which we already downloaded, and SLF4J jar. Okay, all these 3 jars, I mean, not 3 jars, in fact, 3 group of jars are being added. Once I do that, I guess that's more like it. Once I do that, I'm just trying to recollect what more required. Okay, yeah, because I'm just documenting it even for my own purpose, because it really a struggle. So that I'll just let you know what exactly I did. Other thing, what we need is I'm going to bring up Hadoop environment. So anyway, this will be something which you normally do all the time. So once I bring up Hadoop environment, there was an issue even with this Hive environment, right? So basically, I was trying to just trying to execute it without uh, bring up my SQLD daemon, right? So let me put in even the command sudo service mysqld start, right? So this is the command I bring for bringing the MySQL. After that, I'm going to bring in the Hive environment. After that, I'm going to download SFLJ jar, copy the program into Eclipse, which will be provided to you, and then a jar file, add jar, post switch. This is all done. And then I need to bring in the Hive server 2. I have just stopped that server. So I'm just bringing again the Hive server 2, which is up and running now, right? So this makes it connect. So let's do some. So this is where exactly that SLF4J build happening. So if you do a Control C, I'm going to stop that environment. Okay, I stop that environment, and then I do a run. So this was the first time error I was receiving. So you should be able to see this one. Not able to get those connectivity established. That's exactly what will happen. Okay, that's where you established. So looking at this particular guy, you'll be able to understand this. Could not open client transport with JDBC URI. Come on, move it. Yeah, this is what you should be seeing. Java not net connect exception, connection refused. Okay, so the moment you see it, you should come to know that your server is not up. So that's where I just do a Hive server 2, make it run. So I need to mention that in my bring Hive server 2 up. Okay, so I'm assuming that's up now. Okay, so once that has been established, is there a command which delete the table first before creating? Otherwise, I may end up getting an error there. Create table. Okay, drop table if it exists. That's table name. Yeah, so this makes it in case if you have already table, so it should drop it and then get it created. So that way it should not create an issue for us. So it should first drop it. and get it created. Yeah. So that's how you establish this connectivity, and this is done. Just trying in chat now. I'll share this stuff with you guys. Hadoop environment file save as. Let me put it in documents. Gaggle. Where exactly is that? Hi. HBASE. Let's put it over here on the THRIFT server. THRIFT server steps. Okay, yeah, and I'll share this across to you guys in a sequence order what it needs to be, so that you can try it out. Anything in our, we do have time. Either we can create. If I start with HBASE thing, I will definitely won't be able to finish it off, because that installable itself is going to take some time. So that is one thing. What is happening over here? Okay. So any doubt on this stuff? Anything required? Another one which we need to practice. Okay. Let's repeat. Any issue, anything that needs to be covered in this, or you guys understood what exactly is happening, or any? It's a very simple stuff that's been given. But only thing is, yeah, something which I need to get back to you guys is where in the real time scenario, how exactly it's getting applied. Which, let me see if anyone has really used in production environment. I'll try to get those information for you guys. Yeah, it's pretty simple and straightforward stuff. I mean, I would say it's simple just because of the reason that we have taken a very simple route. Okay, because it was definitely not simple for me. I'll put both my hands up and agree to a fact. I literally struggle with it. So that's why I make sure you guys don't have that. So this documentation plus the stuff should get things up and running for you guys. And if in between, even after this, any issues coming up, shoot a note and we'll try to firefight it. But that issues that is coming up is what something which is actually a learning, right? Otherwise, there is nothing great. This code is being given to you, copy paste it in the Eclipse, and then you're going to just do a run. The remaining stuff, no. Once you get those error, that is where you actually try to Google, get those information. You learn really so many other things doing it. So that's exactly a big learning. So in case if you don't have anything to ask in this, okay, I just want to get you a interesting stuff out here. I mean, if you have something, please shoot. Okay, I mean, please shoot your questions so that we can utilize. So one thing which I want to let you guys know is that's nice. That helps, Manoj. I mean, once you give a feedback. So otherwise, some of the sessions even I do attend, because I too am a student now with some other universities, which I'm doing. So if the real situation is, if you know something in between, you can tell them, okay, no, I'm not able to understand. Can you repeat it? If you don't have absolute no clue about what's happening, It's very tough. So even the professor, if it repeats, I know that nothing I can catch. But don't because I played the role which you are playing more number of times than the role which I am playing right now. So I truly understand any issues, any small minor issues. Don't hesitate to anytime shoot it, because it's at the end of it. Once we are done with all the sessions, is what we need to make this learning done. Okay, so one interesting stuff which I wanted to cover was, I'm not sure whether I have a code. In case if I don't have it, I'll definitely try to share it. I covered in the session, because this session normally used to take too much of firefighting and stuff like that, because I have done that homework just before this. That's why it went a little smooth for you guys and not for me. Okay, so what we are trying to do is connect between Hive and HBASE. Okay, so basically one thing you might have find is how tough is to put data into the Hive, put data and query the data from the Hive and from the HBASE environment. Right? Okay, I don't want to write inside. Let me open a new notepad. Oh man, can't I open a new notepad? Notepad. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So basically, HBASE. I have HBASE at one front and Hive. So what I'm trying to do is just create a connecting link between this. I need to search for that code now. So in case if it's not found, I'll definitely send it across to you guys, maybe tomorrow or day after. But let me try seeing if I have it available. So let's try doing that. Our intention is I have my data pushed into the HBASE environment, okay? And to read from the HBASE environment, anyone tried dirtying your hand with HBASE? Let me ask that question first, because I'll be telling it's very tough to get in the HBASE environment. You guys will be is it really tough? Looking at it, I didn't feel so. Anyone tried playing around with the HBASE environment? No, still, okay. Yeah, no, still in Hive. Okay. Okay. No. Yeah. So I truly do understand. I mean, that's exactly the reason that you don't really feel the what do you say, the pinch of really getting HBASE. It's really tough how exactly the data is being handled, manipulated, and all those things. No issues. I won't blame it. But tried. Okay, great. So basically, we normally use a put command. Each row by row, we are going to take it in column database, columnar database, and all those things, right? And exactly the get command. Okay, so you do a get command and then do a and scan and get the data retrieval back, right? So instead, now what you're trying to do is get a connectivity established between Hive and an HBASE. Okay, I'm just talking about theory. And let's try if I have the practical stuff available then. So we are trying to do an HBASE. Let me write HBASE first over here. HBASE, and this is pretty interesting stuff. Okay, even when I was doing learning, because I really struggled with it, because this concept, HBASE concept, was I found it pretty tough to digest it and then play around with it. So this way of Hive connecting to HBASE was very interesting for me because of that reason. So what we're trying to do, HBASE and Hive, there is a connectivity established. And then what I'm trying to do is I'm just doing Hive query, which is pretty much like select star and all those things, right? Select star. And what is happening is indirectly this Hive is going to retrieve data and coming back. So you don't need to do a scan, get, or anything of that sort. With this Hive query, you're actually touching the HBASE environment, getting the data back, and then creating environment, okay, pushing the data back into your environment. Okay, so is that, I mean, the business case or the problem statement is clear with you guys before we dig into and start searching it? Okay, great. So I'm assuming every one of you are fine with this, what we're trying to. Great. Thanks. Oh, that's a pretty quick yes response. Yes. So let's, I can't guarantee that that code is available, but I have done it in one of my sessions. Okay. So since it's Word, but yeah, but I would definitely recommend you guys. See, I truly agree. There are so many things you need to work in your, I mean, do it in your work scenario. You have some other courses might be doing, you might be doing busy stuff, but slowly and steadily start taking up each and every of those code available in the ACADGIL environment, copy paste it and start executing it. Guarantee you that even if you face some error, send it across to the support team. Maybe first immediate day they may not respond, maybe 1 day they may not be able to respond or something, but within 2 or 3 days you definitely are going to get a response back. I mean, that anyway they provide. So that is the learning exercise that you need to do. Okay, I mean, that's if you do that, then it's worth the money that you invested. Otherwise, I'll definitely say it's not. But what I'm showing you over here, if you're satisfied with that, I'm sorry. That's, you are not utilizing your money to its fullest, is what I would say. Okay, all this fun being said, let's uh someone, okay, because assignments and projects are only have 3 days in a day and practice. Yes. No, I mean, you guys need to seriously. And I completely would agree to what is happening in the slow pace mode also, because hey, 3.5 years back, I was exactly there. Maybe yeah, slightly more than that. I was doing exactly the same thing. It's a struggle, but it's worth the struggle, I would say, because I can relate you guys' situations more closer. It was definitely not an easy path to traverse through. Okay, now that being said, where is my yeah, now see there are what exactly is happening? So my environment, what is happening? Uh, yeah, this is the one, right? I think it's 14 or something is a Hive server. Let what is available. Otherwise, we'll try to Google it. Advanced demo. Advanced Hive server, UDS THRIFT server. Not sure whether it's available over here. That is 15, session number 15. Do I have a code for session number 15? So session number 15, do I have a code? Session number 15, yeah, there is a code for session number 15. Let me see if that is the case. Yeah, I do have a session number code 15. What is the code for that? Block partitioning, hands-on partitioning, hands-on Titanic solution, hands-on. No, that's partitioning, block partitioning in high. And one more, are you guys getting those blogs from ACADGIL? I'm not sure. Are you guys part of it, or I'm not sure of how exactly the marketing does it. Once you move out of the course, you will be made part. Are you guys getting a blog every week or something? Make sure you're even following. Okay, I mean, I would say that no, you're not getting. Oh, okay, so maybe you might be getting it once you're done with your session, a mailer, or I'm not sure. But it's very nicely written blog. I really appreciate those technical team over here. Very nicely written blog. You are getting it, Sagar, is it? But if you go to the dashboard, I'm reading. Okay, you go to the dashboard somewhere. Okay, there you go. This is no. This, look at over here. I don't think you have been. See, the moment you get in the dashboard, yeah, I think I have some problem with this thing, so it should get connected. This is how it is. This is where you need to see this blog. as and when you have some time, it's worth a read. It's worth a look. It's very, very good real-time scenarios. You can see, pick up some of those, and even for some of your project work, stuff like that. I mean, some of the blogs are really extremely good. I'm not as part of the marketing because I don't know, you guys are already part of this family, so I don't need to do that. But I would say it's, I think, yeah. So initially it comes immediately that yeah. So some of this thing is very nicely written. I've tried, as and when I had some time, I did taking up and doing that, which is really close to the real time scenario. And they have given a real time, and I don't see that. There is one real. I think this is just chosen one. There are many others. Yeah, see, you can see 13 pages. Some of them are real. I mean, real time scenarios. So I mean, some of you guys might be planning to keep some of your project in case. So you definitely, I would recommend you guys to go through this blog, pick up some of those actual project, which will be worth for you to play around with. I can't recollect. There was one very, very interesting, not one, I think three I shortlisted some very interesting, so that when I give some project or something of that sort to get it, that class it's written. Okay. So let me see. Okay, so now where were we? By the way, okay, I was here. Code is written, no, so we need to go to session number PDF and thrift demo, because I recollect reading it somewhere. So this is 16th, right? Yeah, let me see if we have a 16 code. So in case we're not able to find it, we just do a Google as well. So in case we're not able to find it, for sure I'll get that. That's worth a code to diagnose and firefight. So 16 code is not there. Let me try downloading it. Hopefully it's there. 16 session number, complex type in Hive, thrift server in Hive, which we already did. Create table. Oh yeah, there you go. The entire, oh, okay. I don't think anything is required from my end. This is what we are talking about. So it's there in session number. Okay, since some of you guys are already there in, okay, yeah, it's not. So those of you guys who are doing extensive research on Hive, it's worth, this is worth a look. Okay, and this is available in our session number, which session is that? Session number 16. Okay, in the session number 16, there is a complex type in Hive. I'm assuming you guys remember the complex type, right? Anyone remember what are the complex type? Let me minimize this and start asking some of those questions. Anyone remember what are the complex type we had? How many complex type we had, by the way? Complex data type. In Hive, I know it's pretty old, so don't feel bad. So in our class, normally it used to happen, right? So anytime a question is being asked and you think if really slightly threatened about that question, you immediately look into some pen, booking, turning your book pages and all those things. Here also, yeah, you'll slightly go offline. Just get through that. So I'm pretty much sure that you don't have the flash of a memory where you can immediately, what is that? SSD memory, right? Doing everything. But anyone able to recollect what exactly is the three data type we spoke about, complex data type in Hive? Anyone able to recollect? Yeah, great. Yeah, one more. Good job, Vikram. Uh, yeah, it's something we made I mean, example which we took. We have explained. We have done an extensive job on it. City, PIN number, and country code was being given, and then automatically we are trying to retrieve it. Struct, right? You just remember struct. Yeah, that's correct, Chandran. Hash. That's the one we used as struct. Okay, no issues. This much also is pretty good. I mean, yeah, even after conducting so many sessions, I can't. I mean, this is I think, after 4 months, I believe. When I span in holy vacations, yeah. I would say don't postpone for any of those vacations to come in. Just half an hour. Just take it half an hour anytime before you go to sleep or something. If you find your normal sleep time is 11:30, just make it as maybe 11:45 or 11:55. In case your sleep time is 10, make it some 10:30, or your early getting up time is 6, make it 5:30 and start doing it. Just half an hour. So that continuous giving that half an hour is more than enough, I would say. But in case we don't do it, let's park it aside and get it for. It's my personal experience. Okay, I have invested a lot of money doing this learning. Park it aside for 2 months, never got back. I've lost it also. I mean, I lost many of this for this because I've invested something, I couldn't catch up with it because of that delay. Some course which I invested, I mean, exactly the data science kind of thing which I'm talking about. I thought I just need 2 weeks to finish off this course. I got that 6 months period expired. They gave me a 4 months additional period. So altogether 10 months. After 10 months, they deactivated my account. So I mean, I'm talking about different institute which I registered. So what I would say, the learning which I had is, even if I would have done very, very small, this interesting topic for me, just half an hour if I would have spent, I would have been able to cover that 80% of it. The remaining 20, yes, I just leave it for it. But it ended up for me, even after 10 months, I was just on 20%. So I would definitely recommend you guys to, even not every day, maybe at least once in 2 days. Even that is done, it's worth whatever the effort you're giving. But if you just drag it and keep it for extended time, I would say it was very, very tough to come back and then pick up stuff, whatever happened. Even this recording. So now you are in a high spirit. You'll say, okay, I'm going to see this recording one by one, download it, keep it. As and when the vacation starts, this will be the last in your priority list. I bet you on this fact. Maybe you can come back to me after 6 months and say, that's how it is, in case if you don't really look forward for it. So some of those learnings we need to, okay, let's spoke on all those fundas. How exactly we are going to create arrays or city tank, I create table data city table. I'm just trying to see where exactly I have that stuff. Select start from temp. Key value tuple. Don't tell me it contains just that string format. So is it just that? Oh, looks like it's just that, man. It's struct. Oh, it's just that. No, it's not there. It's not here. This is just our complex data type. Thrift server, and now we may end up having session number 16, right? Session number 16. So introduction to HBASE architecture, to thrive and a server. Let me see, 18 or 17 has it. HBASE 17 for sure should not have. 18 or 19 should have it, right? 18 or 19. Let's open this 19. 18 or 19. 18. Session 18, HBASE. shell commands, create delete table, put command table of Java. See, every single things are there for you to play around. Only thing is you need to find time for doing it. So this stuff, what I would say is you don't need even time. So just execute it. Don't understand what exactly. Just execute it. So once you see the outcome, you might be interested in that and start digging it. Okay, so without even understanding, so based on the knowledge what we have shared in the class, with keeping that knowledge in place, just try execute. So meaning what exactly is happening, you can Hive storage handler. That's the storage handler which we spoke about. If we use Hive storage handler, we can create Hive table which point to the HBASE table, and we can query the data in a SQL style. So this is exactly what we need to look into. So this exactly 19th session is the PPT what we have. So then executing it, let's just have it using this PPT itself. Sorry, using this text file, and you guys can definitely try doing the same. It's given step-by-step instruction how exactly that needs to be done. Okay, so you can see schema for HBA tables are different from the relational table. All fun does create HBASE table. I'm pretty much sure now you guys know how exactly that needs to be created. Create employee, personal details, and department details. Okay, so hope everyone remember what exactly is these two guys are. Personal details and department details are, what are they called? When I do a create employee, create employee personal details, and this is, I am creating an HBASE table, right? So this is table name, and what exactly is these two guys? Column family, right? Column family, two column families I have. Oh, you guys really couldn't capture that. Means I guess too much of things are going in. So we have two column families over here. Okay, so let's take it as a slightly a refresher for your Hive stuff also. No issues, no worries. So this command, hope you remember, put an employee. This is the two column families. So I is not my employee number like 01, the primary key for it, right? And this is my column family, and this is my column, right? Column family and column, and I'm putting it Brindesh, right? And then I have last name R, and exactly the same thing is been this two column family, storing it all these things, and I have my why don't we try? Let me try and very quickly whether 15 minutes we can try if exactly the same thing works. Copy. Okay, let's actually guys. Let's open a new session and put an HBASE in. I'm not sure. Do we need to? What we really need to do to start HBASE? This document will tell you all those details. Is there something missing? How exactly you need to show? Right, importing it. The last part of it will speak about start HBASE shell. That's it. Right, start HBASE.sh. All right. Start HBASE.sh. I think start HBASE.sh. Okay, and then I do a JPS. I should see an HBASE running. That's a confirmation I have whether my HBASE is running or not. Then I do a HBASE. Sorry. HBASE shell, I guess, right? Or is it just HBASE? Okay. So let's try copy paste. Oh, now if I want to move this guy to here, I need my Win SAP to be open. Win. So I'm just trying. I didn't have any intention to do this, but since we have time, so in case if we have to stop in between, it's pretty fine. So we'll make a complete stop at 10:30. Till the time, let's utilize our time creating this environment. Okay, I think I have it in the download directory, right? Documents instead of Shaji 2. It's in download. Where is download? Download. I think it's 19. Where is my 19 now? Come on, where is it? Yeah, 19 code. So let's move it into. Can we open it over here? Yeah, I doubt. Correct. Can we do an extract? Okay. Let's move on this entire guy to MR2. Let's change it from there. Catechal VGG session 19. MRV2. And in the session 19, where exactly is the zip? Okay, there you go. This is the script. Extract here. Extracted. Session 19. And then I have a Hive storage handler. Okay. So this is what we are trying to do now. So this is how our data is going to look like. Let's try quickly doing it. And let me close your chat window. So I'm assuming everyone is in sync with. Okay, table is created. Let's quickly copy this, guys. Control C. Okay, great. Control C and Control V, paste. So I created, maybe that's a name field, I guess, first name. Okay, and now let's do exactly. So this is exactly my expectation. So when I say you guys spend this half an hour, what I would say is just open each of this exercise and let's see. So we started maybe around 10 minutes back. I think it's 10:14 or something when we started it. So this is all I expect you guys to do. Just take up this code, which has been completely done. So they have the tech team of us, support team, has done the code by code. So just take it, execute it. I mean, this is all you need to do. Okay, the remaining stuff will come slowly one by one. So you don't need to even understand. So let's whatever magic happens, let it happen behind the scene. Just do this. Okay, and slowly when some of the scenarios will come where you'll start digging it and then try to figure out what really is going wrong and what we need to do. Okay, I mean that's where you will really able to capitalize on. Because I don't say this is first of all this is tried and tested code, so very less chance of you getting any error. That way you should be able to easily handle it. So I'm just trying to. I'm not sure any specific reason for putting this many data in, but let's do it. I should be able to do it before. That'll be my screen. Okay, last name Kumar. We have done with that. Okay, only one more stuff is there now. This guy. Control C, and then we're done with creating a Hive table. Sorry, we're done with creating a HBASE table. Now create a Hive table. Okay, that's all. Okay. Okay, I have not mentioned the trophy, right? Okay, let's not waste time. I just have 7 minutes. Okay, what I'm going to do is I have a Hive opened over here. So I assume it should be in the default directory anyway. Let's take a chance and see that. And I was, oh, where is it now? Okay, it should be inside Hive environment. Okay, now create table for personal. So now we had two column family, right? We had two column family like personal details and department details. Okay, so basically personal detail, personal details is what we meant by it. So now create external table, employee HBASE, EID, and all the things stored by. See, this is the key part. Stored by org by Apache handler. Okay, so this is the key stuff that has been used to communicate between both these guys. And now with SERD properties, SERD is nothing but serialization, deserialization. Okay, then HBASE column node mapping. I'm just doing a column mapping with what is existing in this particular guy. So my what you can see over here, HBASE.column.mapping. EID. So each and every of those field I need to map with my HBASE whatever column I have mentioned, right? Column name and table name. I'm just trying to see personal L name, personal salary. So that's exactly what you can see over here. Let me minimize the chat window because so that I can see the screen. So you can see over here how exactly data is being pushed. You can see in the personal details. You can see F name, first name, last name, salary. That's all you can see in the personal details. So that's exactly what you can see over here. Okay. So for one personal family, what we are doing is personal details, first name, personal detail, last name, personal detail, salary. Right? So that's family. And table property, HBASE table name dot properties. That's what we are doing. Now let's try creating this guy. Copy. So for each column family you need, I'm not sure whether we can club both together, but the scenario which I have played around or just done this has been every time you separate a high table created for a column family. Let's try creating this paste. Is everything all right? Don't tell me. Is there any question? Yes, this for one column family. That's correct. That's correct. So now, stored by org.establish and a handler. That's exactly what we did, right? Why are we utilizing this? I think this somewhere we messed up. Okay, if you're creating a non-native, so it says stored by class, we have different classes for different databases. Column of family. Okay, so right now we are using only the created HBASE. Another table, department details, column family. Right? Let's even do this. Let's even do this. Copy. I would definitely recommend you guys to try doing this. This might be an interesting scenario for those of you guys who have completed it. What exactly happened now? Cannot recognize near creating. Okay, yeah. So because we have copied one line extra. Oh, it's 10:58 already. Control C. And then we are trying to utilize over here, right? There's this, yeah. All right, so both the tables are created. Okay, now let's select at one table from and see where do I have my first table data. All the things are done. Select start from employee HBASE. That's the first table which you created, which is my this one. Okay, so this is the employee details. Copy. Let's try pasting that and then enter. Okay, so this is exactly what is being fetched from the. So we have inserted data through HBASE and retrieving data through Hive. So this is something really cool that you guys would be really like to do that. Now we are joining this table. We're joining this table and getting both the information. So now we have two tables, right? So if I want information from both the table, I need to join it because I have both employee and department. So just you need to just we need to use join and then bring the data back. So that's all, and we are on dot. Something happened. What really happened? Okay, there is something. What really went wrong? Now, selected cannot run program in Hadoop. Indirect error to no such library. Okay, this is something which we need to really firefight and figure out what went wrong. The map, some of the mapper or the reducer didn't run. Ting, 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 ting. Hide QL exec mapred local task. So one of the mapred task has gone down. Is what creating home a category error number 2, no such file or directory. Okay, so basically something has gone wrong. Basically the way the mapred has been doing. I'll find it. So this is exactly what I want you guys to try out. So it just copy paste this command and start executing it. You should be able to uh, get this up and running. Okay, I mean this is pretty interesting stuff. So those of you guys who has created both, I mean completed both Hive and HBASE, I would definitely recommend this to go ahead. So in case if you're just stuck in Hive and HBASE, I would say just practice maybe another 10-15 minutes of Hive initially, sorry, HBASE initially, and then try doing it. It might be an interesting scenario for you to push in data using HBASE and then retrieve it using Hive. And exactly is available with your session number 19 code that has been provided. Okay. Nothing more I wanted to say. In case you have something, you can shoot. Otherwise, we can wind up for today, and then meet you all guys on next Tuesday. Okay. Thank you very much, guys, and you have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Speak to you on Tuesday. Thank you, and good night to you all, guys.
म्यूजिक चल रहा है
भाई साहब
क्या